Hey Gardenstead fans, it's Kimber coming to you on this beautiful fall day. It is quite cold out here though. It is probably about 35 degrees at this point, which might seem cold to you or not, depending on where you are. But to me, it's pretty cold, especially since this is the coldest that it's been so far this fall. But I am excited nonetheless because the sun is shining. It is coming out and is quite bright at the moment actually. It has done a lot of raining and been pretty gloomy so far this fall. So I am very excited that the rain is gone and the sun is coming out. And even though it's quite cold out here, I am excited to get out here and get into the garden so that I can get things going for the fall. Now, my beds are all prepped. We're good to go and that's all fine. But what else can I be doing in the garden, and what can you be doing in the garden? Well, it's fall. And what does that mean? It means all the leaves are falling off of the trees. And as you can see behind me, I have plenty of leaves. Now I could leave the leaves, which is great for all of our little hibernators this winter. And of course there will be plenty of leaves that are left for them. But I can also take advantage of all of these leaves and I can rake them all up. I've got my rake and I'm gonna get to work over here getting my leaf mold together. Have you heard of a leaf mold? Do you know what that is? It's actually not a popular thing in America, or at least it's not a well-known thing in America, but in England it's very popular. So I'm gonna let you know what a leaf mold is so that you can try it if you haven't tried it before. A leaf mold, well, it doesn't sound very pretty. It is actually a wonderful thing for your garden, and it's totally free because, well, if you have trees anyway, you have free leaves come fall. Now, a leaf mold is just free compost, pretty much, and it's made 100% of leaves. Nothing else. You don't need to add anything to it. It's not your compost pile. It is a leaf mold. And all you have to do is rake up some leaves, and you have one of two choices. You can either build a leaf mold bin outside if you'd like to do that. And if you want to do that, it needs to be about 3 feet wide by 3 feet tall, so it has plenty of room. And you just fill it with leaves and you dampen it, and that's it. You leave it. And really, that's all you do. You leave it. You build a pile of leaves and you leave it alone, and it's going to decompose on its own. Now it's going to dry out a little bit as it gets into the spring and summer months. So when you notice that it's getting a little bit dry, then you can just dampen it again with the hose. And that's all you have to do. Now you can speed up the process a little bit by covering it and keeping it warm throughout the winter. But that's all you have to do if you're going to build your own. I like the easier way, and what I'm going to do today is the second choice, and that is to put the leaves into a big garbage bag, pretty much. So I'm going to rake up some leaves, I'm going to stuff them into a garbage bag, I'm going to poke some holes in the garbage bag. The leaves are already damp because it rained yesterday, and I'm just going to scoop those up, I'm going to put them in there, and then I'm just going to set the garbage bags in an off area in, well, I have the woods over here, so I'm going to set them off to the side so it's not an eyesore from the road or anything. But that's it. Two choices for making a leaf mold. One, you can actually build a bin if you'd like to go through all of that, or two, take the easy way and just put them in garbage bags. So I'm going to go scoop some leaves, I'm going to stuff them in a bag, I'm going to put some slits in them, and that's going to be it. Set it to the side. Now it does take a long time, like I said, 6 months, maybe 12 months for them to decompose. So you can speed up the process. If you've got them in the bag, before putting them in the bag, you can run them over a bit with a lawnmower to chop them up because they will decompose faster. Now the leaves are mostly carbon, so that's why it's going to take longer than, say, if you were putting your grass clippings in your compost. That's full of nitrogen, so that's going to decompose pretty quickly. But since the leaves are mostly carbon, it's going to take a bit of time. So chopping them up can save you some of that time and speed up the process. So those are your choices. I'm going to go down there and scoop up some of these leaves and get going on mine. Let us know if you have any questions. You know what? I thought of a question, and that's probably why would you want to create a leaf mold in the first place? Well, a leaf mold, once it has decomposed, is fantastic. You can think of it as a soil conditioner, basically. It's going to really help you with conserving water within your soil. So if you have clay soil like I do, for example, it's really going to help to retain that moisture. And it's really good in containers as well, because those are always losing moisture and you have to water those so often. So a great benefit for using a leaf mold is water retention.